What's up, everybody? So I'm here to talk about another topic that really was on my mind for the longest, is the idea of friendships within the gay spectrum, gay community. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. So there's no manual when it comes to trying to make friends being gay. Like, it's really not as simple as people make it out to be. There's so many factors that goes into it, and there's so many different like pitfalls that you might fall into because of the fact you don't understand exactly how to, you know, reconcile your sexuality and your desire and your need for close relationships with people. So for me, my friendships when it comes to gay men specifically have been very polarizing. Like in the very beginning when I was younger, okay, I always like to go back to the beginning where it all started. So for me, I was, of course, out of my previous videos, I've talked about like not feeling attractive and all this stuff. So being the ugly friend of all my friends, I was always like, well, I'm the ugly one. And I remember my one of my good friends at the time, his boyfriend, me and him got super close. His boyfriend was much older. I think he was like about 4 years older than us. So we were like 16. Oh, no, he's not 4. He's like 3 years. He was 3 years older than us. He was about 19. So yeah, we were 16. He was 19. He had way more experience in being gay and stuff. So he was kind of like a mentor figure, sort of like a big brother figure for being gay and stuff. So he had a lot more knowledge and experience than we did. But me and him really bonded really, really fast, and became really, really close. And funny enough, me and him actually became closer than my actual friend. So I definitely knew I started to develop, and then I didn't know at the time I was developing feelings for him, but I did develop feelings. Like I had very deep, silly feelings for him. Like I definitely was in love with. I think I would still to this day consider him my first true love. When I was younger, like you always get more than one true love. I believe. I don't think you leave, you only get one. Like you get multiple throughout your lifetime. But at that point in my life, he was the first, and the way that we interacted was very much so like it was a very brotherly thing, but I definitely felt like, oh my god, I love him too, because like he treated me in a way that I wasn't used to being treated by my other friends, and definitely not my family. My family was like, oh god, that's a whole other subject. So when you have friendships and you make these close, intimate relationships with people, especially being gay, there's this underlining like desirability that's there, and it kind of makes relationships hard if you're attracted to your friend. I've had this happen many times where I would meet people and we would be cool and we would be friends, and then the back of my mind I'm like, he's kind of hot, or I kind of like him, or I don't know how I feel about this, like why. And then it's like this weird like line you have too, where certain points in time with your friends, you're like, maybe sometimes you're attracted to them after a while, and you don't know how to really deal with that. And there's no real manual to like kind of like help you go through these type of things. And then the boundaries, like I think gay friendships usually don't have well established boundaries, because a lot of people who have friends, they've hooked up with each other, they've had sex with each other, so there's like this boundary that's not been set, but there's no real way to understand how to do it. There's no how to do any of these things. And for me, the boundary for me has always been no for everything. If I ever have a thought like maybe I should know, just it's always a no for me. But that's not always everyone else's experience. Other people just like sometimes say fuck it, they're gonna cross the boundary, they're gonna just do it, and sometimes it messes up friendships or it makes them closer. Weirdly enough, but that's a whole other subject. But just for the purposes here, for me, I never felt like I've always felt like there's a weird teetering with certain friends like I would meet. I'm like, I kind of like him. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to proceed with this? And I think a lot of gay men struggle with this because to establish a platonic friendship with people you're attracted to is very difficult. Like, it's very difficult. It's very hard. It is not easy. I don't want to, like, if you're able to do it, great. You're awesome. High five to you. But for the rest of us who have issues with that, it's not easy. Like, I've definitely met people and been attracted to them. I'm just like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, what do I do? How do I perceive this friendship? How do I not mess it up by telling the person that I'm attracted to them? How do I don't know, like, it's it's so many different variables that go into it, and I think that that aspect of desirability definitely plays a huge part in friendships. And it's so difficult sometimes. Like I just don't even know how to react. Like you just sitting around. Like I think one of my favorite things is that all of a sudden, like my friend, like when you discover your friend is really attractive and hot one day. Like sometimes I'm like I kind of put my friends in a brother box. Yeah, I call it the brother box. It's pretty much like you're my friend and I'm not attracted to you. But sometimes you can't help that, they may post a really sexy picture on Instagram or a sexy picture on something. Or you might see them like, oh my God, he looks really good. And at that point, you're like, your brother box is compromised at that point. You don't know what to do. So I think desirability and just attraction and figuring out how to like navigate platonic friendships in the gay community is really tough. And I haven't perfected it yet. I don't think I ever will necessarily, but I've gotten better at it. So I know how to identify when, like, okay, this person I'm attracted to, I need to like dial it back, figure things out. And that's just one aspect of friendships that I think for gay people happens. There's another layer of this that I want to talk about, which is the the idea that your friends should reflect who you are. Now, for gay people, this definitely means your friends should be on the same level as you as far as like looks and accomplishments and status and class and all that stuff. So I've always noticed that people who are more attractive usually have more attractive friends. Like it's very rare to see someone who's gay and highly attractive and his friends are not as equally attractive or more attractive than he is. And it's really like I know people usually herd together with people who are like-minded and like they look like them or they have similar experiences, but it's very apparent when you see someone and you're like, okay, he's really hot, and then you go through their friends list or you see them with their friends, it's like they all kind of have similar like level of attractiveness. It's almost like it might be just subconsciously they do it, but it's definitely really apparent. And I know from my own personal experience when I'm around people, when I was around, had gay friends who were way more attractive than I were, who were out of my league pretty much in attractiveness, it definitely makes you like you stand out in the worst way. It's like, oh, who's that ugly friend? Why are you with him? Or what is he doing? Or your broke friend, or your dumb friend, or your unattractive friend, or your uneducated friend. Like when your friends are completely so far removed from who you are when you're gay, they will always question you why you're friends with that person in the first place. And I'm sure people were asking my other friend, like, why are you friends with Michael? He's so ugly, or he's so unattractive, he's so this, he's so that. And it's kind of demoralizing, to be honest. Like knowing that your status definitely plays a part in who friends you make and people who want to be friends with you. Like I definitely know people who may not want to be friends with me are probably either they don't see me as friendship material or I don't fit in with their scope of what they want as a friend. And that has nothing to do with how good of a person I am. That's just something to do with like other factors into it. And it's unfortunate because I've noticed I've tried to like reach out to people and be friends with them. And I notice how they're just very cold, or I get like a very lukewarm response, and they're like really friends with other people. Like, oh, okay, I wonder what that's about. And then you look at the people they're friends with, like, oh, okay, I don't fit in with this. So that's probably why they don't want me a part of this in the first place. And it sucks a lot of times. Like, it really sucks. I've definitely reached out to want to be like more outgoing with certain people and be friends with them, and develop a actual deeper connection of a friendship, and I don't get that same level of enthusiasm in return, and just kind of feel like I'm just putting myself out there. As you get older, it's definitely a lot harder to make friends, and just add another layer of being gay upon that, it's like, oh, this is just tough. I mean, for me personally, I definitely have a decent amount of gay friends. I don't have like a really like gay core friends that like I see every day. Like I have queer friends, like people who are pansexual or bisexual and all that stuff, or asexual. But as far as like just gay friends, like gay gal pals or gay best Jews and all that stuff, I definitely don't have that. And I don't know if necessarily I'm looking for it, but some instances in my life, I'm definitely like, oh, it would be nice to have like a gay pack of friends. But at the same time, I've already had that experience, and my experience in that was so negative to where I think I subconsciously just kind of back away from it, even if it does present itself to me anyway. So yeah, making friends being gay is tough. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a time in life where it's going to be easy, but I think it gets easier as I get older. I think I'm a little bit more wiser about choosing friends, and I think I'm a little bit wiser about my attraction to my friends. And I definitely a person that tries to like give people the benefit of the doubt, so I don't make these type of like criteria like, oh, he has to be this amount, that he has to make this amount of money, or have this much education, or this amount of attraction, this for me to be friends with him. Because I know other people have that, you know, criteria they place in order to be friends with them. They just don't outwardly say it, but you can always tell when you look at the friends they're around. The company you keep is definitely a reflection of who you are as a person. So I will just throw that out as the last little nugget. But I think that's it about friendships. Yeah, what do you guys think? You think it's hard being gay and finding friends? You think it's tough, like finding platonic friendship? Do you have a hard time making friends because you find yourself being attracted to your friends that you make in the first place? Yeah, share this video with your friends and your colleagues or your lovers or your enemies, anybody you think would be benefit from watching this video. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.